Hello guys, hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for taking time to watch the video. In this video, we are going to look at how you can sketch a quadratic function or the graph of a quadratic function. So now, there are certain things which we really need to put into consideration in order for us to sketch a given quadratic function. What are some of those things? So these are the key points which you need to have in order for you to actually work out a question or to sketch a graph of a quadratic function. So follow me. The first thing we need is to have the x-intercept. By setting y is equal to 0. By equating y to be equal to 0. We also need the y-intercept, which we get by setting x is equal to 0. And we also need the turning point. By setting x is equal to negative b over 2a. So these are the three key things which we need. Once we have these, then we will be able to actually sketch a graph. So without wasting much of our time, we have the function which has been given y is equal to 1 plus x minus 2. So when we look at this function, it has already been factorized for us. It's not in standard form of a quadratic equation, but it has already been factorized for us. So we set y to be equal to 0 is equal to 1 plus x minus 2. So this is the product rule. According to the product rule, either 1 plus x is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So here we're going to have x is equal to negative 1, and this side x is equal to 2. So we have found the x-intercepts there. Then we go to y-intercept. So the y-intercept we set when x is equal to 0. What will be our y? So we have got this function. So in this case we have y is equal to 1 plus 0, 0 minus 2. So y is equal to 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. So y will be equal to negative 2. So this is the y-intercept. Having found this, then we go to finding the what? The turning point. So how do we find the turning point? We find the turning point by setting x is equal to negative b over 2a. But in this case, our a, in order for us to know our a and b, we need to have the standard equation of the quadratic equation. So meaning, what that implies is that this one is equal to 1 plus x multiplied by x minus 2. We need to express it in standard form of the quadratic equation. How are we going to do that? This will be 1 times x is x minus 1 times 2, 2. Then we go to x times x is positive x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. So this gives us, arranging this in standard form, x squared minus 2x plus x minus 2. So this will give us x squared minus x minus 2. So from here we have our a is equal to 1, our b is equal to negative 1, and our c is equal to negative 2. So having found our a, b, and c, now we can easily find the turning point. So negative, our a, our b is negative 1. So on the formula we got the negative, so we substitute with negative 1 over 2. What is our a? It's 1. So negative times negative, that's positive. 2 times 1, that's 2. So x is half. From there now we substitute it in the equation. Now I won't use this one, I wanted just to help us find a and b. I'll still substitute in that original function so that it becomes easy. So now x is equal to half. What is our y? So 1 plus half brackets, then we are going to have half minus 2. So this, according to the rules of fraction, when you are adding a whole number by a fraction, you can multiply the denominator by the whole number. So 2 times 1, that's 2 plus 1, that gives us 3 over 2. We maintain the denominator. Here again, 2 times negative 2, that's negative 4, plus 1, that gives us negative 3 over 2. Remember, I am putting these numbers in brackets to symbolize or to signify that I am still multiplying. So here 3 times 3 gives us 9. 2 times 2, 4. There is positive times negative, negative. So our turning point will be half 1 over 2 comma negative 9 over 4. And so there's just another thing which I missed out. Another thing we need is to know the shape of the graph. So what determines the shape of the graph is the coefficient of x squared. So when you look at the coefficient of x squared here, it's positive, and therefore we have got the minimum. We have got a u, or a frown, if at all we use emojis. So whenever you have the x, the coefficient of x squared is positive, you are always going to have something like that, a frown, or maybe a sadness. I don't know, those emojis. So having found all these, then that means we are good to go in terms of now sketching. So we have to remember that we have the x-intercepts, which are x is equal to negative 1 and x is equal to 2, respectively. So now we sketch. So now we know the shape. We have discovered the shape will be like this. Why? Because the coefficient of x squared is greater than 0. If it was negative, then we would have had a maximum function. So now we have the minimum. So where the x and y axis intersect at 0, 0. Now looking at the intercept which we have got the negative 1. So you have to even distribute them. So here they could be 1, 2. This side I can include the negative 2. Though this is not necessary if you so wish, you cannot include it. And then I'll just add 1 here. We can see that the y-intercept is actually negative 2. So I can put here negative 1, then I'll put here negative 2. Now we can look at this. When you look at this, when you divide 4 into negative 9, we are most likely to get negative 2 point something. Most likely to get negative 2 point something. Oh yes, we are going to get negative 2.25. So now, since we have negative 1, we know that this particular curve is going to pass through negative 1 here. And we also know that it's going to pass through 2 here. So on this side, I can extend it. On this side, I can extend it. Now, what is the turning point? The turning point is half. What is half? Half is between 0 and 1. So half can be here. Now, negative 2.2. When we round it off, it can be negative 2.3. So most likely it's here somewhere. You remember this is a sketch, so it cannot be up to scale. And we know that the y-intercept is passing through here. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is how you sketch a function. Then we will label it y is equal to 1 plus x multiplied by x minus 2. This means that you have sketched the graph of this particular function. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And just in case you have got any concern, anything which you may have observed which is not making sense, please feel free and drop that
section so that I can work on certain things which I may have maybe done overzealously. But this is how you actually sketch. So just to summarize, you need to have the x-intercepts, you need to know the shape, you need to have the y-intercept, and we also need to have the turning point. Those 4 points helps us to sketch the graph of any given quadratic function. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.